Hi everyone, and welcome to the Road to Endgame game guide, full game guide, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'm starting the game from scratch and I'm going to show you step by step how to progress quickly, get the best builds, best guides, best tips. So I'm going to start, who shall I call myself today? I'm going to start with Soul Rise Senior. There you go. That's going to be my avatar. So the beginning of the game, very straightforward. It gives you, it didn't used to have this when we first played it. I've been playing it for like 6 years now. I think this is the second game guide. The last one was like 2 years ago, but a lot has changed since then. So that's why I thought I'd do it from scratch for myself and also see how fast I can progress. So straightforward, it'll go through the instances. So spend gold to upgrade your attacks. The first tab is mainly based about your heroes. The first tab will be your hero. So just go through the tutorial. The tutorial goes through about half an hour before it actually gets into the big grind. These are less updates. I'll go through this information shortly. So right now, as the game says, just tap, 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 tap until you can get to the next bit of tutorial. Collect 30 gold to hire a hero. This is our buddies that back us up to do extra damage. So on the screen, if you've never played it before, I'll explain every single little thing in detail. So go through what you can see here. This top panel, so it's split into two halves, is always on portrait. So the top panel, which is this, is your display your active scene. So this is where you're going to have basically anywhere you tap here, pretty much within this space, counts as an attack. Sometimes things will appear on the screen like real-time events, and if you click on them you get rewards or an advert or bits and bobs, but mainly you don't have to click just on the hero. You can click anywhere and it will count as an attack and it will destroy that titan. Each titan will have a health, as you can see, it goes down here, and a time limit. So you must defeat it within the time limit. These are mid bosses and end bosses. You can tell when one's about to appear because it on the top right shows you the boss. So you have 8 mini titans before you have a main titan, and that's tells you when. So now it's to hire a hero, so we have enough gold. These are your heroes. To find out the story about the heroes, you click on the storybook here. So click on that, and I'll tell you a little backstory about the heroes if you wish. And as you start collecting them, this will fill up just a bit of lore if you need to. This is your stats button, just as it says. So it goes for your stats about how long you played for, your hit damage, your different build damage, if you want to go into numbers. Masteries is what you collect from weapons and scrolls. Normally you get this from chests, tournaments, drops, other things, and essentially it boosts up your heroes and your background damage, so you basically hit more, get stronger and stronger. It's definitely worth getting the hero masteries for the heroes, because they're accumulative, so basically they stack up. So the more you get, the more cumulative damage, the more stackable damage you get throughout the game. So I recommend to collect everything, do everything. So don't miss any tournaments, don't miss any drops, any events, anything really. And you know, your daily collectibles, do everything to build up as fast as possible. So now we're leveling up your hero. So heroes will earn gold while you're away. So you see this little person here, you start building up your army. They'll build up around the side of the edges of the screen, and as you unlock them more and more. So the next one is this person, but I can only unlock them when I've got enough gold, 180 gold. So that's my next aim. Now to get through enough gold, I would still also recommend to level up your sword master, your main guy, this dude. This is his damage, his tap damage. So you see what I'm doing there? And the heroes, to do both of them. That's only for the first tutorial stage. As you progress further, you want to concentrate more on the heroes, but for now we do all of them. You can prestige when you reach say 60. We've only got 6, we've still got a way to go. I'll go through this panel. Now this panel you can collapse. So as I mentioned before, this interactive bit is the top bit, and then you got your stats panel at the bottom. Now this, so you can bring your panels back at any time by clicking on any of these tabs. So I can either pull it up even more to cover the whole screen if you want to see everything, shorten it, or press the X to get rid of it. but you can bring it up at any time by clicking any of these tabs. Now let's go through a bit more about what these tabs are. So as I mentioned, the first tab, this kind of like orangey red one, is your Sword Master. So that's his main stackable damage, which is tap damage. So if you level up this, it will level up the tap on this main guy, your guy, the hero. Then his spells, so that spells you unlock as the main character, Swordmaster. Oh, you got your pet. Explain about pet. So unlock him first, and I'll go through a bit more. So at stage 8, you get pet. I will explain about him in a sec, but I need to tap the cage to unlock him, but I won't do that yet because I want to explain the spells before I move on to the next one. So these spells you unlock as you get enough gold. So it says at the top right, that's your gold collecting. Oh, unlocked anyway. So I'll explain the pet in a sec. So as you unlock these, you then have them accessible at this panel here. They're grayed out at the moment, so blank, but they will fill this up. You click on them and they're active, so you have to hit them to activate the attacks. Then they have a cooldown and you use them again. The spells use mana, so you can't span them. Normally you have to wait for your mana bar for a certain amount to be used, so they are limited, but they are pretty heavy, powerful attacks. One of the main attacks to buff you. So they're good used for when you're progressing to near the end of the stage and you can't push anymore, then you can activate your spells and that'll get you through to the boss, because the boss has a higher health bar than most mobs, and that get you passed through to the next stage. Then you get perks. These normally have time limit, I believe like 12 hours for each one. So that's for 4 hours, that's for 12 hours, that's 12 hours, most of them for 12 hours, and you use gold, or well, in this one, diamonds to unlock them, and they can be stackable, so stackable up to 3. I believe at a certain stage it goes to 4, but I'll explore that a bit more. So if you don't defeat your Titan in time, which we haven't been doing because I've been explaining, then you get that you didn't defeat the boss in time screen. It just means you have to click on that to get back into it. Otherwise it will stay at that stage you are. You cannot progress until you click on that boss and try again. But it does give you opportunity to farm that stage to get enough leveled up. So for example, level up your hero, level up your main character in the meantime so you can try again. So essentially, you should never ever be stuck, because even if you can't fight the boss, you're still at that highest stage where you can just farm the gold. It may take a while, but eventually you'll have enough gold to level up something like your heroes or your main character or your spells, anything to give you that power to unlock through. There will be times when you get to further stages, which I'll explain in future videos, where you have to progress what we call prestige, and it resets, gives you resources to level up your character and then start all over again. That's the aim of the game. You basically get up to a certain stage, we can't get any more, you prestige, get these relics to get powerful artifacts to level up your character, and you go again and again and again, and it's unlimited, and you're playing the game for the rest of your life. Now, talents are these passive skills. When you mean passive, it basically means these, you kind of level these up in different methods. I'll go through each one, but you level these up and that generally will have some sort of impact in the game, which will passively increase your power to make you stronger, mostly in splash and stage skip. So this is very important talents to collect when you get to later stages, when the numbers of stages are so big. For example, you could be killing hundreds of mini mobs before getting to the boss, which obviously would take a long time, but these talents give you splash damage to help kind of skip or move past those many stages so you can progress quicker, essentially. So there's different ways to level these up. Arcane, you collect dust, and that's for tournaments. You collect them from tournaments, chests, but mainly tournaments. Pets, which we just unlocked, so the more pets you do, locks that as well. This is for hero mastery, so we've mentioned tournaments chest in that mastery tab. That's how you level that one up. That's one in total talents, so the more you level up, well, more talents you get, that gets leveled up. This is tournament points, so I mentioned tournaments several times, so we'll do a separate video on that because that's quite important. That's one of the main resources of power and goodies that you get. Skill points owned, I'll go through skill tree in a second. And crafting shards, they're kind of like tokens or items you get, and you get enough crafting shards you can craft an equipment set. It's basically items or points you use to collect to buy equipment. That's pretty much it. Like, think of them as equipment coins. Essentially, that's what shards are. Okay, and silent is your total max stage and that helps you do, as you see, inactive sneak account. So going back to skill points, this is your skill tree. So when you prestige for the first time, and also I believe at certain levels, I think like every 50 levels, you get a skill book, which you use to spend on skill tree to level up your character. These are the different builds you have in the game. So you have the Knight with the Heavenly Strike build, you have the Pet build, the Clan Ship build, the Shadow Claim build, the Dagger build, and the Gold Gun build. That's what they're named online. So if you look at the guides, tips, that's generically what they're called against the community. Now, once you've got a build and you're using the guides, you can save it onto your shareable table tab, which is this one, so build. When you do start leveling them up, there will be a save or share button, and you can export it as well. And this is where you keep your shared ones, so you can save the build, name it, load the skill build, so you can swap in between different ones. So you don't have to worry about being stuck with one. I would recommend to try different ones as you progress. They unlock at certain stages, so you don't get access to all of them straight away. You have to progress. It starts at the lower tier at the top, so tier level 1 or 0, but once you get it, it'll be level 1, 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Obviously, they cost more as they progress down, but they get more powerful. Now, there are build guides out there. I will be using them, so we'll explain them as they come across. I'm literally just explaining the whole game at the moment, so don't worry about this too much. Now, going back to tutorial is the pet. So going back to the pet tab, which is the green one. So that's your main hero, that's your main character tab, all the spells, all the passive skills, all the goodies that help pretty much level up the whole game to make you progress quicker. Your heroes are kind of like your buddies. Really, you only level these up as you progress through the stages. That's pretty much it. You don't have to worry about the characters' names, whichever axe or melee damage it is, the story, the stats, the auto buy or anything like that. All this kind of switches and saves automatically. All you need to worry about is buying these characters as frequent as often as you can. So when you go past the level, if you collect some coins, quickly go in that, level up your hero, forget about it. I think the most time you might be to make sure that at the beginning, right at the beginning, is making sure these are unlocked at the right time, unlocking these maybe in tournaments that we push through, and just keep an eye on your talents. So equipment, as equipment drops, we go for that later. We'll not yet, we haven't had any equipment drop, so I'll ignore that for now. Next one is your pets. So pets are your passive buddies. You can unlock 2 at a time, but there'll be a main one and your secondary one. So when I get more pets, I'll explain what the main and secondary are. At the moment, we've only got 1 pet, which is the main one, which is selected. So if you did have another one, you'd be able to set that, but at the moment you've only got 1. It'll tell you the damage it does. Again, it's accumulative, so basically it's stackable. So the more pets, the better, and you get also. So how can I explain this? So your pets work is that if you select it, gives you main damage, but then if you don't select some of them, they stack up and they all come together to give you a total damage. So this is worth collecting a lot of pets at the early game. So now we need to basically follow the tutorial as much as I can to collect as much coins to level up till it gets to the next part where it asks you to unlock. I believe it will ask you to unlock certain things in a second, so we do that next. So collecting all that, and as we're collecting, we're making sure we're getting the latest hero, which will have the most power. Now, what I normally do is when I collect enough gold, I start from the top down. So I start from on the hero tab, going from the latest one, and then leveling it up as I go down. I always do buy max because I don't like clicking loads essentially, so do buy max just on the heroes. At later stage you can change it if you wish, but I'll just do buy max again just so I can level up as quick as possible. Achievements, as you start progressing and doing certain things, so there you go, kill 100 titans, unlock heroes, reach a certain DPS damage, and kill bosses, you get diamonds. So I'll recommend collecting them. At the beginning, whatever you do, do not spend any diamonds. You definitely don't spend it on equipment. There is no point, literally no point spending diamonds on equipment. And I'll explain why. Now on the screen, you can see a blue bar. That essentially means we're ready to do equipment drop. So any mob or monster, Titan, that has a blue bar contains equipment. So normally they have red or orange bars. That's a normal health bar. But if it's blue, it means you get an equipment drop. So there we go, we killed a blue one, and you see this little equipment here. So you click on the item. So if you click anywhere else, nothing will happen. You have to click on the shiny thing. It will automatically collect after a while, but if you clicked it, there we go, we've collected an item. So let's try your first equipment, which is yellow tab, and it says equipped. So you have to equip it. It doesn't do it automatically. And when you equipped it, it'll give you the stats of the item. You can click on it, it gives you more information. Now, the grey one is the basic normal one. There's different tiers, green, blue, gold, and then mythic, which is like a kind of orangey bronze. The higher you get, the more secondary bonus and other bonuses you get. You can transmog it, which basically it's the skin. So if you get a couple, you can choose a different type of skin with that weapon. So say if you've got one that looks like a fish, the one that looks like a samurai sword, you can keep the damage but just change the skin. It won't swap the damage. So your damage that you've got equipped, it will always stay the same, but you've got this cool feature that you can change the skin and still doesn't affect your build. So if you get too much of the same, if you get too much of the equipments, for example, I believe there's a limit of 100 equipment. So if you go over past 100, it will automatically sell the oldest one for diamonds. So just bear that in mind. Make sure you're selling them regularly, because you don't want to sell maybe a useful one at the beginning. And also, I'll recommend to sell them to collect diamonds, because there's some equipment that that gets weak, you don't use, it's pointless, just get rid of it. I will explain that as it comes along. So now it's time to just level, so we can just do that by attacking 50 times to get more gold. There we go, collect, and as we're doing that, we're leveling up the heroes, make sure we've got all the latest ones, and we're going to rinse and repeat. We're doing a great bit of encouragement, near level 20 or 600 or 1,000 is trying to give us loads of money so that we can progress a lot quicker. So that's tons of money. So there we go. Now these points here, which is good to keep an eye out, that tells you what's currently giving us the most damage out of these heroes. So at the moment, Lance is providing 67% of the most power to the Titans. So I see 67, 18, 5. So that's why it's most important to level up the top one, Lance, because he's providing most of the damage DPS at the moment. As you progress further, sometimes, not always, but sometimes the second one might be slightly higher than the top one. So again, keep an eye out for that. That could be depending on your equipment you've got, the build, the pets. Mostly it's equipment, because it will have a buff to like maybe a ground type, a flying type, a hero type, that sort of thing. So it's worth keeping an eye out for that. Upgrade Swordmaster to level 50. There we go. He means that one. So Swordmaster, he means this tab when it says that tutorial. Now we've collected that, click 50 times, make sure everyone is leveled. A lot of tapping, that's probably in the name of the game. So as you can see there, because I've leveled up to a certain benchmark, it's this one's actually gone high, even though it's not at the top. So when I see benchmark, you see these little icons here, level 20, level 20, level 20. This has now gone past level 20. So if you click on this character, as it gets past the hero's certain levels, it gives bonuses. So critical damage, chest damage, mana capacity, so that's quite important. The mana bar is quite important because you want to be using the spells later on, and they take up a lot. So again, it's worth level up all your heroes. Some people just level up the top highest ones. Don't level them all up. You have to level them all up to get all of the extra damages, because it all stacks up. So make sure you level them all, not just the top ones. I've known that a couple of new people do that rookie mistake, so please don't do that. Don't fall for the temptations. All right, so now we're leveling these up even more to make sure I've not missed anything. So got 50 hits. Collect. Give me your gold. I love the name of the Titans as well. Wise OG or Starry Ringo. So upgrade to all master level to 100 to unlock the heavenly strikes. We've got our first spell. This is what it explained about mana. So you unlock the spell and it says it got us 8 mana to do this strike. So there we go. So at the bottom screen, this is our first spell strike. We've got 35 mana in the bar total, and it regens 2 per minute. So it costs 8. So if I was to use it now, there we go. It's like a 1-hit powerful hit, but there we go. It's reduced our bar down. So you probably can only get a few out of them before it runs out completely. So that's what I said. You can use a couple but don't make it go down too far, because it's best used near boss to, pass it through a boss. So it's asking us to look at the shop, which is the far right one that has a little market icon. I am a free-to-play player, so I don't spend any money. You can get quite far in the game, and the way I see it, I would spend the money if you want to support the developers, but there's really no point spending money in this game, because this game has no cap. There's no end game. You can level up as much as you can. I don't know what the highest levels are. I think, at the moment it's like 300,000 stages, 400,000 stages, but apparently there is no cap. You can just go as much as you can. So there's no point spending money, because, well, there might not be an end. Maybe, a 9999 million digit number, but it's probably unachievable. So I won't worry too much. So these are the daily deals. I'm showing these ones because the top ones are just kind of like bundles. I'll be progressive, but ignore that. These ones, so as I mentioned, equipment, this is just perks, and then your pets. At the moment, I would only recommend getting all gold or all damage pets. So as you mentioned there, so it's all damage. And then if you go to bubbles, it's at the bottom there, all gold. All hero damage, maybe tap damage, not really. The reason I say all gold and all damage, because as mentioned, it covers all of them. Some pets you get for just one type of hero, so there's no point. I say tap damage is good for now, but later game you're more providing the first part of the games. I think it's like about 100 to 200 stages. You don't really, well, not even that, but the first 30 stages you don't use tap damage anymore. You mostly use your heroes as your main point of damage, so I'll concentrate on that. Again, I wouldn't worry about it too much because they're quite expensive. Look, I've only got 10 diamonds and they're 90, 240, 700. There's no point at the moment, so just save your diamonds, resist the temptations. You collect these quite quickly in the game anyway, and the same with chests. Don't buy any chests. If you do want to get bonuses, just watch a video, little advert, and these unlock for free. That might be worth your time if you're waiting to progress in the background. Totally up to you. There's 3 diamonds here by doing the social medias, so it could be worth going on them. So just click on them, going back, clicking on them, going back into the game. They'd be worth it, because again, that's what's up, 50, 100, 150. But again, at the moment, do not spend any diamonds. The reason being is because you want to collect diamonds, because sometimes there's events like the Egg Explorer, which is like a dungeon event. You have to buy lots of pets for that, but you do get tons of rewards. There might be an instance where you can complete a legendary set, but you need to use diamonds to complete it, and legendary sets are a very good source of power. So again, later game, you would wish, and these kind of things cost thousands of diamonds, not hundreds, thousands. So I would definitely recommend to save as much as you can early on than later. You will thank me, trust me. You can get into the stages. You can get into the stages of thousands within the first day. Progressing is crazy easy. So when you get new equipment, it will say something is new because it have this little red icon at the bottom. So there's one new thing down there. So keep an eye out for the bar at the bottom. It gives you an alert to say you got something new. Click on it. And when you get an equipment set, you have this green arrow point up, meaning it's the most powerful one in that tab. So always keep an eye out. So you always equip the arrow one on. Now, this might change depending on your build. So for example, if I've got a build that's mainly focused on Heavenly Strike, which is what we're doing now, then if there's one underneath it that's for Shadow Clone, then it won't have an arrow because you're focusing on Heavenly Strike. So it would only focus on what you've got equipped so of that type of damage. If I had 4 items that had Heavenly Strike, it would say the best one, but if I had a mix, it would only say the one I've got. So just keep that in the back of your mind, because it shows you the best type of equipment, not all of them. All right, so we're just going through upgrade Swordmaster to unlock more spells. Okay, there you go. Next one, Deadly Strike. We collect that. So this one has a 30-second cooldown, but it gives you more damage as you select it. Check out the Bear Shop for some amazing deals. We've done that. Bear Shop. Some amazing deals. So this little icon at top right, this little Prezi is your daily rewards. I would recommend to check in every day. It will take us about 10-15 minutes each day to do at least one run. So that's one run, prestige, collect, do your daily rewards, do your raiding, everything like that. All kind of the in-game content that you start getting unlocked as you progress further. So I definitely recommend, because it's progressive, so it resets if you miss a day, as it says. So the beginning bits are all right, but it's these bits, these skill points, the hero weapons and the shards that are so important. So as you can see, you can only get like 5 in the first week, but you get 10, so you get double in the second week. So definitely worth clocking in each day if you just got like 10 minutes. So daily achievement complete. Again, looking up these icons to collect the latest heroes. So the latest hero is this guy, and it's increased our mana, so it was worth unlocking him. And look, it's clicked increased the tap damage, increased our gold. What else have we increased? Okay, any more? Oh, the one here. So critical chance, Titan gold's increased. What else we got? Chest gold, another chest and gold's increased. Yep. So start unlocking all of them. All right, what we've got here, achievements, so we can start collecting those diamonds but not spending any. And what else have we got? Dailies. Oh, your dailies, so there's two different, it's daily login and your daily achievements. So that'll be on your first tab. Achievements, so the milestones, which we see unlocks at certain stages, your progression, which are kind of like little achievements, and your dailies. So these reset each day, so I would recommend to again do them. So collect 3 pets to get that, collect 4 equipment, solar raid, which is not unlocked yet, but we'll go through that. Watch this. So there's a little advert. Do all of them, because as I said, like, was that 10, 20, 30? Yeah, 10, 20, 50. So it's 30 diamonds per day and it resets daily, so it's definitely worth doing it. And also later stages, if you join a clan, it gives some I think morale points. I'll double check that because I haven't got a clan yet. So we'll get into stage 60, so we can prestige. You can unlock them by leveling up your heroes. Let's level them up even more. Just tap damage there. Getting all the good stuff. Oosh. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. There's our first skill point. There we go. It's stage 50. So it is every 50 stages. Skill point. So this is what I mentioned. To get your first skill point, the beginning bit's quite very well tutorialed. It wasn't when we first started. So the skill tree. At the moment, it's only let us do the first one, but it will unlock as we go along. So the first one is, I believe, tap damage. Which is unlock that. There we go. You have to click apply. So you revert if you're not happy with it, or click apply to get these stats. If you want more information, it asks you to click on it, and I go through exactly what it is. So tap damage increases damage dealt by your sword, master, pets, heavy strike, dagger, and shadow clone, and gun damage. So look, I don't watch that because I don't watch any adverts at the moment. There's a little new icon here. So this icon, it's a bit hidden, but basically it's your profile. And there's 2 ways to get to it. You either click on that, and you can go to your account. Nope, not that one. Which one is it? Graphics. Nope. Game. Nope, not that one. So there's 2 ways to do it. That one. Oh, there isn't. Ignore that. There isn't 2 ways to get to it. There's just one way. There's that way. I thought there was through the. Oh no, I was thinking about clan. You can look for it through the clan. Okay, ignore that. You can look for your profile for the clan icon. That's what I was thinking, because it's up there, but I haven't got that yet. So just click on that. I'll go for the clan. So you got this, your main character name, which you can edit So you change your name again, which I did at the start, but if you change your name later, do it. Anything that has a square and pencil on, you can change. That's pretty much it. So avatar, so you click on that, and you can change the different icons you want. So I want to do pet. They'll all be stacked here, but in different versions. You can check the frame around it if you want. I'm going to go for egg, press confirm, and now if I save it, I feel powerful what happened. My little picture icon will be that. You're about to prestige. This is quite an important part of the game. This is pretty much the main point of the game. So click prestige, click level 60, prestige. So when you prestige, exchange your current progress for precious relics and start your quest again, stronger than ever. So you can see you got your relics, click that. Relics can be earned by prestiging. The higher prestige stage, the more relics you earn. Relics can be used to discover and upgrade powerful artifacts. The artifacts provide you with a variety of different bonuses. The optimize your relics income, push as far as you can before prestiging. Every extra stage will give you more rewards. Now it says push as far as you can, but my best tip to say, think about time versus run. So when I mean that is, because say for example you spend 15 minutes to get to 1,000 stage, but then you spend another 15 minutes just to get another 10 stages, there's no point. The relics you get within those extra 10 stages, you could have done a whole new run and then got double. So think about the length of time it takes you to do a run, and then when you start slowing down, if it takes you, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes to get a couple stages, there's no point. You might as well restart and get the whole batch of relics again. So say for example, I hit stage 60, it took me 10 minutes, I got 20 relics, and then if I do another 20 minutes, I'm going to get 5 stages, which gives me 2 relics. No point. I might as well do it all over again and get me 20 more relics. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Skill points. So skill points are primarily earned by prestige prestiging, tongue twister, and current max stage. Skill points can be earned in a variety of other ways, including tournaments, daily logins, bear shop, events, and more. Skill points are used to unlock skills in skill tree and provide you a big boost in your power. The only way to earn skill points from prestiging is to reach beyond your max stage and as far as you can to progress more stages. So we've got one from 50 stages, and the next one you get another one at 100 stages. So again, once you reach 100 stages, when you prestige, you won't get it again. You then need to go to 150, and then well, you keep on pushing, but when you prestige again, you won't get it to 150. You only get it up to 200, and then when you prestige again, you only get it to 250, so forth and so forth. Equipment. So equipment, for your first prestige, you can get incredible assortment of equipment items. It's equipped them in an equipment panel. So your first one, you get 3. You do get different amounts later on. Relic boosters. Relic boosters permanently increase your relics earned on prestige by a small amount. The more you prestige, the more efficient your prestiges will be. Relics extremely powerful for a small boost, will increase your power by a large amount. So relic boosters can be earned by prestiging close to max stage, or prestige often is to collect relic boosters and more relics. So what it's basically saying is it's, as I mentioned before, it's trying to get you to prestige as much and little as often to get better rewards. So again, it's not about a long time. There's no point spending an hour to get as far as you can. It's about being quick. So getting to your max stage, prestiging, getting just past your max stage, prestiging, getting just a little bit further than before and prestiging. It's like it's not a marathon, basically. It's a slow, steady, peaceful, pacing walk. That's what it is. A little and often is what we're looking for. And that's kind of what it's trying to say. So let's prestige and collect all these items and spend them. So we do that. Here we go. Fancy animations. Okay, so what equipments have we got? So relics, let's buy our first artifact. So click on that, so you discover that, and the first one is a drunken hammer, which gives us tap damage. So it should now do an update, so it's kind of like as unlocking now, so go for a bit more. So with the discovered artifacts, I'll go for artifacts now. So there's 103 artifacts. When you collect them all, you can then enchant them, but we're way too soon for that, so I'll explain that later. If you get a couple of artifacts, you can favorite them with this little heart icon there, and that puts them to the top of the list, so saves you and go all the way down to the bottom. There are build guides which tells you what artifacts, and artifact guides to tell you what to level up, what to do. But to be honest, they've started labeling them now anyway. So you can see this is an A tier. So an S tier is like God tier, is the best. So if you can S1 prioritize leveling up that, then you got, you know, A, B, C, D. So the higher the letter, the more you should really concentrate on leveling them. You can use this if you want to level them by 1, by 10, by 100, by 1,000. I would recommend, or change by percentage if you want to just do max. But I would recommend for now just do it on the smaller side because we're quite low level. When you get to the higher side, you can then change it to percentages and just go higher than that. So now I'm just doing 1 or 2. Discoverable artifacts. Now this is quite important. There is pools. So there's pools, which basically means you can't just get any artifact. There's a selection. So in this collection, the first 3 artifacts I'm going to get is Book of Prophecy, Drunken Hammer, or Hero Blades. So I've got 1 in 3 chance of getting these. My first chance I've got is that. Next time, once I've collected all 3, the next collection are these 3. So I could get the spear, I could get the mask, or I can get this divine retribution. Each will have different effect, but it's basically telling you, you know, which ones you're going to get up next. Book of Prophecy is your relic multiplier. It's the most important artifact in the whole game. It is a must. The soonest you get that, the better. So that's why I'm not going to buy Drunken Hammer. I'm actually going to concentrate on getting Book of Shadows. That is the main thing I want to get. So Book of Prophecy, sorry, not Book of Prophecy, Book of Shadows is the one I want to get. So I want to discover as many artifacts as I want to get, and I want to get Books of Shadows. So, which is, I believe, just in a bit further on. It's not just yet. So it's not in that collection. When I see it in a collection, because it's been a long time since I played this game, so there's a lot's changed. So, but when I find Books of Shadows, I'll look into it. I'll let you know. But Books of Shadows is the most important book in the whole entire game. So at the moment, I won't heart any of them because they're all just important, but I'm going to concentrate on Hero and all get damage. To be honest, I can concentrate on all of them, but Hero will be my main source, so I'm going to level them up. As we get more artifacts, I will show you the artifact guide on how to use it, how to find it, and where it is. So for now, we're just going to progress as normal. So this is the event I was on about. So on the left side panel, I'll close this for now, but on the left panel, you get an icon and it's drop down. So if you drop that down, it gives you all of them. The most active one will be at the top. So all these, that's a tournament which is unlocks when you're at stage 250, and it's every Wednesdays and Sundays, so twice a week. This is the Abysmal tournament, which unlocks at stage 1000. I don't really play Abysmal tournaments, so I'm gonna getting back into them again. I think they're once a week, every Friday, but I'll double check. Maybe twice a week. I don't know. It's been that long. I will find out. So this is a season event. That's it. Season event. So season events is last normally, I think, 24 days. We'll check that as well. So you can find more information on it on the question mark bottom right. So there you go, you get different titles. So you progress. The whole point of the season event is you collect these little jugs. It's different themed each time, but basically you collect these tokens through daily achievements, rewards, fairies, raid attacks, chests, tournaments. All these give you certain amounts, but as you can see, tournaments is one of the highest. That's why I mentioned tournaments about being so important. When you get to a certain amount, so at the moment you have this tree. There you go, go right to the top. There you go. So when you get to 3,250 and collected all these like reward chart thing bar, so once you've all collected all of them, you then having a kind of tournament about the season tournament about how many you can get. Changes each season, but it's quite a high amount. It will start telling you what kind of where you are in the season. And depending on how many you collect, so you got to collect 3,000 to participate in the season as a minimum. You end up, like for example, top 10%, you get this bonus at the end of the season, and if you're top 30% of the collectibles, you get this badge bonus, and you collect these bonuses each season to level up your whole game. So basically, the higher, the better, the quicker you will progress. That's what the tournaments are. And the last one is this chest, which is a special event. We have them once a quarter, I believe, once every 2 or 3 months. And as I mentioned, you use pets. Well, it says torches, but you get torches from pets to unlock these tiles, which gives you different prizes. So this is at the moment on this first floor, you get diamonds and some of these tokens. So click that, and then we go to the next floor, and then do that and start unlocking them. So at the moment I've got quite a lot. You collect keys and other bonuses to unlock, but it's just like a little mini map. It reminds me of Minesweeper. Can you remember Minesweeper? But you know, if you hit it, it unlocks tiles, and if you hit a mine, it blows up. But this one, you don't blow up, you just unlock prizes. You maybe get a locked door, but that's pretty much it. So you've got another equipment. Sometimes you get these prestige bonus. Receive 5 times extra relic bonus when you prestige. This is for 6 days. It's like another special event. I believe it's only for new players. For new players, you'll get this relic booster. So this is to help you speed up and progress to catch up with everyone else. So for the first week as a new player, you basically want to grind every single day for at least the first week to make the most of your relic bonuses. So this is your prestige boost, which gets you more relics to level up the game. So that's pretty much the overview tutorial. I've tried to explain it much more detailed than just a basic tutorial, but essentially what you want to do now is level up your heroes, level up your main character, this dude, unlock your spells to start getting past these stages. But once you start prestiging, level up your artifacts, and then when you've got enough but a new one and you want to basically start collecting more to get to Books of Shadows. If you have any questions in the meantime, I know it's quite brief and a bit over the place, but as I start getting more and more to the beginner's guide, I'll do separate in-depth guides for the artifacts, the builds, the tournaments. And as always, if you've got any questions, leave a comment below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Apart from that, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.